Hello, and welcome to the first module of our Safety Audit Checklist for LPG installations. My name is Femi Fanoiki, and I'm the chairman of the Safety and Technical Committee of the NLPGA. In this module, we'll be focusing on the general standards applicable while inspecting an LPG facility. Our objective is to help safety auditors become familiar with these standards and ensure that all hazards are eliminated while sufficient control measures are in place. A special thanks to Gas Terminaling, one of our members, for sponsoring today's video.
In a world where energy is essential, Gas Terminaling is proud to be a leading provider of reliable and affordable clean energy solutions. With a stellar virtual pipeline system and gas plants across the country, we are well positioned to bring clean energy closer to people and communities for domestic, commercial, and industrial users. Our high-quality gas cylinders cater to different needs and demands while offering both safety and efficiency. So, if you're a family or business looking for an efficient gas provider, contact us today and let's make accessing LPG more convenient for you.
Okay, let's get started. Let's take a look at them one at a time. Okay, the third item on our module is the safety distances between storage tanks and between adjoining properties. Now, distances are prescribed by the NFPA 58, which is the code that we try to adhere to. These distances are a function of A, the capacity of the tanks, and B, the distances between the tanks as well. So for example, tanks that are between 500 and 1,900 liters of water capacity, the required distance between those tanks is actually 0. You can put them side by side if the tanks are less than 2,000 liters. However, the distance between those tanks and the adjoining property is a minimum of 3 meters. The next category is tanks that are between 1,901 and 7,600 liters. In this instance, the distance to the adjoining property or an important structure increases from 3 meters to 7 meters. And the next threshold is 7,600 to about 115,000 liters, which is about 50 tons of LPG. And in this case, the distance between adjoining property and the tank is recommended to be a minimum of 15 meters. Now, these distances increase according to the size of the aggregate storage that is on the site. It increases all the way up to about 100 meters between tanks when you get to tanks holding more than 3 million liters of product. Auditors will look for things like this as a guide to ensuring safety. For tanks underground, you still require distances, but because the tanks are generally safer underground, those distances reduce. So for example, if you look at the second tier that we looked at before, 1,900 to 7,600 for above ground tanks, those distances were prescribed at a minimum of 7 meters. However, when those tanks are underground, the required distance shrinks to 3 meters, about 50% shrinkage in distance. And what you then notice as you get further up the size of the tank, the safety distance required for an underground tank actually is almost static. So up to 3 million liters, which required 120 meter separation on the above tank installation. In the underground installation, the safety distance is still 15 meters. And so you see that 15 meter threshold between 7,000 to all the way up to 3 million liters.